Ladies and gentlemen, PC and console captains alike, welcome to the channel. My name is Phoenix, and today we are going to be reviewing the Miracle Worker Operations Vessel, or the Scott class. Starting off with bridge officers, we have a Lieutenant Tactical / Miracle Worker, a Lieutenant Commander Engineering, a Commander Engineering / Miracle Worker, an Ensign Science, and a Lieutenant Commander Universal. For consoles, we have 5 Engineering, 3 Tactical, and 3 Science, along with 1 Universal. For weapons, we have 4 in the front, 4 in the aft, a base hull of 67,500, shield modifier of 1.15, base turn rate of 6, and 4 device slots. You also get plus 10 to weapons and shield power, plus 5 to engines and auxiliary. You get the Universal Console ablative salvage pods. You also have the Innovation ship mechanic, along with the Cruiser Command communications array, and you also have the ship mastery as well. Before we get into the loadout, I'm going to go over the ship mastery. So at tier 1, you get plus 25 to physical and kinetic damage resistance rating. Tier 2, you get regenerates 1,456.9 hull, 1.25% of your current max every 3 seconds in space. Twice this amount is regenerated out of combat. Tier 3 is enhanced hull plating, which gives you plus 25 to energy and radiation damage resistance rating. At tier 4, you have armored hull, which gives you plus 10% hull hit points. And finally, at tier 5, you get stay at your post, which is minus recharge on tactical abilities. So when activating engineering or Miracle Worker bridge officer abilities, if your current hull is at or above 50%, minus 10% recharge time on tactical bridge officer abilities. If your current hull is below 50%, you get minus 20% recharge time on tactical bridge officer abilities. Looking at my loadout here, as you can see, I have sort of changed things how they normally are. Normally I would have anti-proton, but in this case I have the piezo polaron beam arrays. This one's the advanced. I have all the rest are the piezo polaron plus the piezo photon torpedo. For the deflector of the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector Array, Solene Hyper Efficiency Impulse Engine, the Elite Fleet Isolated Protomatter Warp Core, the Elite Fleet Channeling Covariant Shield. For the aft weapons, I have the Piezo Polaron Beam Array, the Advanced Inhibiting Polaron Omnidirectional Array, Kinetic Cutting Beam, and the Omnidirectional Polaron Beam Array. For devices, I have the Temporal Negotiator, Subspace Field Modulator, Delta Alliance Reinforcement Beacon for some reason, Red Matter Capacitor. For the engineering consoles, I have the Piezo Electric Focuser, Protomatter Field Projector, Sustained Radiant Field, RCS the Conductive RCS Accelerator, the Ordnance Accelerator, Exotic Particle Field Exciter, Simulated Module, 0-point energy conduit, the Silical Polarity Module, and 2 vulnerability locators. The Universal Console is the Ablative Salvage Pods, which gives me 10% cooldown reduction on hull healing and bridge officer abilities, plus 1% bonus experience and specialization expertise or experience. The Ablative Salvage Generator creates a salvage pod pickup pods for temporary HP. For 15 seconds, dealing any damage creates a salvage pod at foe's location, max once per second. Picking up the salvage pod grants 25,000 temporary hit points for 60 seconds, and there is a 2-minute recharge. This is what I have for skills, mostly in engineering and science, with a little bit of tactical backing. For my space traits, I have Imposing Presence, Molecular Defense Specialist, Elusive, Particle Defense Specialist, Grace Under Fire, Shield Technician, Impact Defense Specialist, Techie, and Shield Frequency Analyst. For my Starship traits, I have History Will Remember, Adaptive Hull Plating, Honor Dead, And here's stay at your post, which I've already gone over. For my space reputation, I have energy refrequencer, magnified firepower, strengthening shields, and automated protomatter conduits. And for my stations, so for my lieutenant tactical, I have tactical team 1 and torpedo spread 2. For my lieutenant commander engineering, I have emergency powered shields 1, engineering team 2, emergency powered weapons 3. For my commander engineering, I have narrow sensor bands, mixed armament synergy, Aeston beam, and reverse shield polarity 3. For my ensign science, I have tachyon beam 1. And for the lieutenant commander, universal, I threw on a tactical for chemo lace weaponry, tac pattern beta, and fire at will. Alright, so here we go. We can get some threatening stance going here. Here we go. We're firing everything as much as possible here. Oh, there goes my shields already. There we go. Well, this is gonna hurt. Where's my crap. Oh well, that's okay. I can recover pretty quickly. I built this thing to survive, so. And here we go. So the reason why I picked the Piezo was they have a nice little ability to regenerate your hull every time. I'm not sure if it's every time you fire, but you know they do repair your hull. So alright, let's go pick on the keyword. There we go, all done there. Now, like I said, the bit of the downside to this is not a DPS machine, but this is a machine that will tank and aggro everything in its path. We lost it. That's okay. I'm not here to really care about getting the optionals. They are always nice to do, especially when I do a review like this. But it's basically, this is just showing what the benefit is. Now I'm going to just dump all these. I'm going to do this sensor pod thing. And see here. Okay, we can't attack that, so we gotta attack the cube first, or the sphere. So, I'm actually trying to work on getting the damage resistance on this character so high that not even they can like one-shot me, although I'm pretty sure that can happen. Because it is the Borg and they love to do that. You can see here, I mean, yes, I've activated shield abilities in Hull, but I mean, there's nothing that is really, I don't really have to pay attention much to. So, now we can focus on getting this thing here done. Increase some of our power levels here. And we got more spheres over there. So we're really going to have to get this thing down quickly before they arrive. We should get it done, yeah. Look at that, we're hammering it now, so. And there we go, we got the first one down. Is there more speed or something like that? I saw shots going wild, so maybe that's just the way it was. Now the gateway will probably still maybe one or two shot us, but I mean that's not normal, or that is normal compared to what the gateway does. So. There we go. That's done. Now, we'll shoot across. Gateway's attacking. That's fine. Like I said, this is not me trying to show you a DPS build. This is... oh, wow, look at that. This is me just trying to get across without being... Just trying to... Oh, okay, you know what? We're going to play with these guys. We're going to play with these guys over here. Oops. Why is that not popping? There we go. Ah, that's popping. Now, the one drawback with this ship is the turn rate is absolutely terrible. So... I'm getting attacked by the gateway, so I'm going to kind of just, yeah, I'm going to just do evasive maneuvers just so I can kind of get out of the way. Now the drawback is, because I decided to go with more tactical on the Lieutenant Commander Universal, I don't have the science, so I can't do the gravity well on this. So I would have stopped those spheres had I decided to go more science, but I decided to go a little more tactical instead. Right, I mean, that's kind of the beautiful thing about this ship is you can, with anything that has a universal, you can sort of mix your build a little bit. Here, we're playing like Ring Around the Rosie on a Borg sphere, just because, you know, this is just made to survive battles. Oops. Popped the wrong thing. That's okay though. I'll be focusing on one sphere. Just focus on taking it down. I almost got that thing down. There we go. There. So now I think we're attacking just one right here. So maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell. There's so much stuff going on right here. Well, they're all attacking the transformer, which is not helping because we need to get rid of these spheres. Once these spheres are gone, then we can take down the gateway. And we got more spheres coming in too. And everyone's just attacking the transformer. So you know what, I won't be able to hold these guys off, but at least I can somewhat keep them a little bit occupied. I'm hoping anyways. Oh, they got the transformer down. Good. That is good. A little bit of teamwork goes a long way. Sure, we didn't get any of the optionals, and that, you know what, that's okay. Now, if it was doing DPSing, again, I would probably be a little more upset. But this is just me tanking and surviving the gateway, which I'm heavily targeted. Because of my threat, I'm at least 400% threat with this ship. With both the tracked fire and the threatening stance, I have 400% of threatening stance. So you know what, let's take that down. I mean, yeah, my shields aren't really holding, but I mean, what really, ooh, ouch, that kind of hurt. 11,000 hull damage. I mean, the hull is the thing that's going to really protect you compared to, oh, he caught me, ouch. Shit, I don't know if that affects. No, oh, we got the Barkley maneuver there, nice. Oh, that did pop. That was weird. Maybe it did and just got a quick sequence on it. I don't think so, though. Alright, so let's hit this thing with almost everything that we got. Now, I don't know how much that sensor probe will aggro. I don't think it did that much. Yeah, see, I'm still being targeted. But the problem is, I mean, yeah, sure, he gets my shields down, but my hull, like, look at my hull. It just keep going up and up and up, and then I get the white, and then it goes down, and then I get the green. You know, like, that's just how much. That's how much hull. Now, I normally don't do this, but, oops, I'm going to show you. 188. That's how much hull I have at the moment. And that's with all the buffs and stuff like that. So let's see the password. Sure, let's raise our hinges just a little bit so we can just maneuver around. But yeah, now I'm pretty sure whoever, if they're ever testing a DPS, whoever is here would probably be a little upset with me because I'm probably not pulling my own weight. But again, this is about survivability on this character and the real true potential of what a Miracle Worker cruiser like this can actually do. So, and there you have it. Well, what can I say about the Scott class? Well, for one thing, if you are looking for an aggro tank, this set of ships is probably the best one to go with. There are some drawbacks, one being the turn rate, so you're not able to turn as quickly as you would like. But usually with an aggro tank, if you have all beams, you're not really necessarily worried about facing forward to use torpedoes. I did it just for a couple of piece bonus sets. The other things that I'm not really liking, I wasn't really fond of the bridge officer seating. I would have preferred maybe a lieutenant science as to a lieutenant tactical. The lieutenant commander engineering paired with the commander engineering was, I would say, a little bit difficult to get things so that one, I didn't have duplicates, and two, the Miracle Worker abilities was nice, and I was able to use that. For the commander, the one bridge officer ability, the Ace Time Beam, I didn't find something that was a Miracle Worker ability to flow well with this particular ship. The other thing I'm not fond of is the Universal Console, the ablative salvage pods. The passive ability was not so bad. I did like the fact that you did get a 10% cooldown on hull healing bridge officer abilities, which is nice. And but the actual clickable ability just didn't seem to I don't know, didn't seem to do anything. You know, even when I try and pay attention, I didn't see any pause drop. I didn't have the ability to say, you know, collect salvage, the salvage pod or anything like that. So I don't know if maybe that was something that they forgot to include or what. I don't know. But it didn't really flow well with me. As for the consoles, I found there was a slight imbalance when it came to how many console slots for each officer or whatever it is, the engineering, tactical, and science. There was a lot more engineering than there would be of, say, science or tactical. Again, you know, I understand that this is the operations version, so the operations version would have a lot more in engineering, but I feel that if you don't have the necessary consoles, universal consoles, you know, it could be a little difficult to figure out what to put on there. Mostly I had universal consoles, so it didn't really matter too much. And the other thing that I was not particularly fond of was the mastery, the trait that you got, stay at your posts. The reduction in bridge officer abilities is nice. However, when you're doing like an aggro tank or just a tank, generally you're not getting down to below past 50%. So that extra 20% is not really worth it. I mean, I could have slotted something else that was more beneficial for this type of build, where I could have had it so that, you know, I had extra damage resistance rating or something like that. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? I would love to hear from you. Please comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, live long and prosper, and I'll see you out there.